Hello, everybody. Um, I'm going to talk a little bit about receiving, and then I'm going to do this somatic receiving exercise ritual that I have created. So I'm going to talk a little bit about open to receive, just because on the new moon, February the 19th, I am doing another workshop, masterclass, and it is on receiving. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I encounter so many people in my life and in my day to day that do not know how to receive. And it's become epidemic. It's become epidemic level that people don't know how to receive. And so I have made it my mission to help people to understand how to receive. And, I thought that it was a simple thing when I first started researching this and going diving deep into this. But I realized it's not. It's not. It's not a simple thing. It is for real, for real. And so what I want to do is really give people the space to learn how to receive in their body. And so that is why I'm going to do the somatic receiving ritual with you today. It'll only take a couple of minutes if you can do it. If you're not driving or operating heavy machinery, please, please, please do not do this. Come back. Make sure you subscribe to my channel so you can find it and come back and do this because it'll be on the page. And make sure that you get a chance to do that. But I'm going to talk a little bit about being open to receive. And so many of us, especially women, have been taught to give endlessly, to pour, to hold, to carry, to fix. But what about receiving? Who taught you how to do that? This is where the body tightens, the mind questions, and the heart whispers, am I allowed? Am I allowed? If this speaks to you, and this is why you're here, because I created it with you in mind. So the thing about it is, cool, when we are in that space where we have allowed ourselves to receive. And so I'm going to tell you a little backstory about that for me. And one of the reasons why I really decided to go deep on this and teach it was because I was encountering people in my work, our clients, people that I go to the community center. I swim every day. For those of you who don't know, I swim almost every day, at least 5 days out the week. I try to swim, and and then I work out as well. But the people that I encounter, even there, it's like, well, they don't know how to receive. And my mother taught me how to receive at 15. And so I decided to share it with the world, and I'm sharing now a lot of her teachings that I didn't even realize until I started thinking about it that I was sharing. But that was one thing that she taught me how to receive when I was 15 years old. Because you know how it is, if somebody gives you something and you say, oh, that's okay. You didn't have to do that. And you know what? They didn't have to do it, but they're doing it. And so my grandmother was like, you receive it because you don't know what is the reason why they are giving it to you. It could be that God told them to give it to you. And so if you don't take it, then you're interrupting not only your blessing, but their blessing. So you ruin two people's lives by not receiving. And so as I spoke to people and as I talk to people and as I teach, I listen to hear, what people are saying on that topic. And so many people do just that, and I noticed it because I was working at this hospital at one time, and this was back in the 90s. And so I was going to leave, and this girl that I worked with, I think her car was in the shop or something. And so I asked her, did she need a ride? And she said, yes, she needed a ride. And she was actually on my way. Like I didn't have to go too far off from where I was going to be home. So I took her home and I pulled up to her house and I said, well, I said, if you ever need a ride, I said, just let me know. I said, because, if I'm working, I don't mind, unless I have something I have to do after work, but typically no, because I work night shift. So typically after work, I either stop by the store, usually the grocery store, and got dinner, or ran errands and stuff like that that I could in the morning. Then I would go on home and go to sleep so I could get up to get my kids out the school bus and stuff in the afternoon, make sure that homework was done and all those things. So, um, God, I went all off the kilter. So, grandmother. So she told me though that, you always, because I noticed that she did. So I took this girl home and I dropped her off to her house, right? So she's getting out the car and then she reaches in her bag and she pulls out a five and she said, "Oh, you know what? I want to give this to you. Just bless you for dropping me off." I said, "Okay." And I took the money. Okay. So after that, 555. After that, you know, I got talked about. She went back to work and told people that, I took the money from her, but she offered it. She gave it to me. Was I not supposed to take it? And so herein lies the problem. And so that's the thing. And so that is why I am here sharing this good news and speaking to you on, how to be open to receive, and the importance of, and my workshop, you're going to find a lot of things. You're going to really go deep into, how to be open to receive. I hope that is something that you're going to come to. But I'm going to have it. I'm just going to be on Zoom just because, I need to share my screen and all that other kind of stuff. But yes, so come and let's learn how to be open to receive. So that because I believe that if you are not open to receive, you will not get the things that you really should get in this life. Because if you're not open, it may not just come to you, or you may not be able to see it. Your eyes are not open. You're not open. You know. So this is something that is an issue to me. It's something that I wanted to do. To help, especially my ladies, because there's so many of us, we just don't know how to receive. And I see it all the time. Somebody offer something. Oh no, that's okay. You don't have to do that. You don't know. I don't need it. It's not about that. It's not about that. It is energy that's being exchanged. They felt the need to give you that energy, and you see. That's it. Break it down like that. It makes it so much easier. So much easier. So I'm going to do uh, so this workshop, y'all, is going to be um, February the 19th. It's what is it? February the 19th. And it's what time? Well, 5 o'clock p.m. Pacific time, February the 19th. So we'll be doing this workshop. And I really am excited. It's only going to be about an hour. Because, I typically, unless we have a lot of questions, I don't mind to stay and listen and answer questions, but typically I do about an hour, sometimes 45 minutes to an hour are usually how long my workshops are. Now, like I said, it's according to if we have to, if we're doing something where we have to break out into groups, what they call them things, breakout rooms, or, something like that. That's different. Then I don't mind. But if I'm presenting, I'm going to present for about an hour, maybe a little bit less, maybe a little more. But typically, it's going to be somewhere around an hour. Because I believe that you can get whatever you need in an hour. Because once you get past, you know, much past really 30 minutes, nobody's listening. People are not paying attention. They're working their way through it, unless that's the gift that they have. And some people do. I do not have it. So I don't do it. Let me grab some water, y'all. Oh Lord, I was thirsty. So um I started a new little thing. It's hot tub. I think it's hot tub conversations is what it is. And so I started a new little thing and I'm going to be putting those in. So when I go to the hot tub, I'll be putting in what the hot tub conversations are. Of course, I'm not, using anybody's names or anything like that. Really just the conversations, just what it says. Hot tub conversations. And I'm kind of excited about it because I kind of like, I like that. I love it. I actually love go to the hot tub. I do. And the conversations that we have in there are just phenomenal. I mean, we have conversations about medical stuff, all kinds of things. Politics, which we will not cover here, but yeah, we have all kinds of different discussions and stuff, and you get to learn, about people and where people are and what they think and all that, and it's just cool. It's just cool shit. So anyway, all right, I want you to join me, and if you can, close your eyes. I'm going to do the somatic receiving ritual because you will get that. As a matter of fact, you're going to get a copy of that. That is going to be your gift for coming to the workshop. So you'll get a copy of this somatic receiving ritual, as as well as some other stuff that I have created as PDFs for this particular thing. So if you come, then you get a copy of it. Uh, and I'm not sure this one. It might go on YouTube or it might go on the website for sale. It depends. If it turns out really good, like I really think that it will be, then it will go on my website for sale. So if you catch it now, you'll be catching it for free. But if not, you will catch it on my website for sale. Get some dollars on it. So anyway, because this is valuable information, I'm telling you, I am spitting so much knowledge. So I hope y'all are picking up what I'm putting down. But let me go forward. So we're going to do this somatic receiving ritual. I want you to close your eyes and get comfortable wherever you are. You're sitting or lying, doesn't really matter. Just feel your body supported by whatever you're sitting on. Let your shoulder drop, your jaw soften, your belly loosen. You don't have to perform or be on you. You get to just be. Take a deep breath in through the nose, hold it at the top, and then breathe it out through the mouth. That simple breath pattern signals safe to the nervous system. Place one hand on your heart and one on your lower belly. Exhale through your nose. Inhale through your nose for a count of 4. Let's do it now. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then exhale through your mouth for a count of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let the exhale melt tension out of your body. Let the inhale create space for what's to come in. Repeat it 3 to 4 seconds. So we'll do it now. Inhale for 4 through your nose. Exhale through your mouth for 6. Again, inhale, exhale. Let the exhale melt tension out of your body. Let it stir out of your nose. 4, and then exhale through your mouth for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let the exhale melt tension out of your body. Let the inhale create space for what wants to come in. When you're ready, gently, just like this. Notice what shifts in your chest, your breath, your energy. This simple question tells your body, I am available, ready to receive. Oh, Jesus. Just breathe. Close your eyes and just feel it. Feel, should feel something. Mm, Coolness, air, maybe burning some. There you go. Bring more awareness to your body. Where do you feel this? You know, where do you feel resistance? Even at this point, there is no just information, just sensation. Place a hand on any area that feels tight or guarded. Offer compassion. Say quietly, you don't have to rush. I'm here with you. With your palms still open, breathe gently and repeat silently or out loud whatever feels true for you. I am ready to receive support. I am ready to receive love. I am ready to receive abundance. I am ready to receive ease. I am ready to receive what is meant for me. I am ready to receive what is meant for me. Let these words land in your body, not just your mind. Imagine everyone in this space opening with you. Imagine a soft wave of support moving through the room, not taking from anyone, but amplifying what each of us is ready to receive. You see, you are not receiving alone. You are receiving in community. And as we ground and fill ourselves with gratitude, bring your hands back to your heart. Take one deep breath in and a long, slow exhale out. Whisper to yourself, thank you for what is already on its way. Your body, your energy shift, receiving has already begun. Amen. Sherry, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let me know how that landed. that was. We've done a lot of things lately, and they have really been exciting, exciting, exciting to create, exciting to share. Something when you don't you don't even consider it's the way they're supposed to be. And you know that it's supposed to be good in the in, in your life and in your body. So, now, join me in that job. Those of you that don't know what you're doing, and that's the best. About it, what to do, some type of somatic that other people are somatic. Because I know that so much in our bodies, in our bodies keep the score. So there's so much there. There's so much that needs to be freed and needs to be released. So this is what's coming to me in this season, in this year, that so it's important. And so I want to integrate and weave that into all that we do, uh, especially because to me, this is healing. This is what that so many need. People out here that are suffering and in trauma. People are dying needlessly, because they're depressed. They can't shift and move things. And we are people that were put here to do that. We were put here to help people to come down off the ledge. We're here to ledge. We're here to help them so that they don't even get to the ledge. This is why we're here. And this is the work that I've been involved in doing, as well as so many of my fellow practitioners. LaJoy, thank you for joining. LaJoy is one. She's another practitioner. We're called to this work because people need it so much more in this world. And I promise you, if you watch the news, you will probably end up in a nut house because that shit is toxic. So, yeah, I said what I said, but you have to honor your own self and not, go out here in this space. And I've seen it so many times. And the more that I research and I look back, even in times that I've been alive, that I've lived, I'm 57 years old. So I was born in 1968, the year that they assassinated Martin. And so I've seen a lot of things, you know what I mean? And sometimes that is not good. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not good. Because then what it does is it sets you up in your mind for how it is going to be based on how it was, or based on something that you did in the past, or something that happened to you in the past. You know what I mean? But you can't even go like that. You can't. It's so difficult, because I can think of times when, I integrated schools. I was the second class to integrate my first grade school. I was 5 years old and they were busing me an hour and a fucking half to go to school. I know I passed probably 4, 5, 6, 12 schools, all the way an hour and a half for us to go to school, to integrate that school in an island, And so I've lived through that stuff and I've seen a lot of things. And so although these times right here that we're living in, they are scary and it's intentional. But the thing that I want to tell y'all today is they are harvesting our energy. So um, I decided that on these posts, these apps, I will not fight anybody about any of these apps. I'm not doing it. They're harvesting our energy. You understand what I'm talking about. Hear what I'm saying. Listen to me on a spirit level and hear you're harvesting their energy and all the times that we jump up and down and fight and jump on one another and scream at this one and and then the white women don't like the black women and then black women don't like the Latinos and and this and that and yeah, and don't forget the Asian women over here somewhere. All this foolishness. Stop it. We are women and they don't want none of us to be where we are. Means so stop it. Stop it. If you have any influence with other communities, stop it. Let's stop this shit. Let's not let this go any further. Let's stop it. I hope y'all can hear, and feel my heart on this because I am a connector and I realize that for years that is what I am. And, it's one of the things that I am in this life, besides a mother, wife and all these other things and, a friend and a sister and, you know, brother. But I just feel like, if we would all just take that stance, I'm not doing it. Because I will look at a post and look down in the comments. People stop liking cousins. People are finding shit to fight about. I'm like, what is that? Stop it. Stop it. I was like, do you understand that is feeding the monster? Stop it. I stopped my open receive me. But I do. I want y'all to come in the new moon. I'm doing this workshop every new moon. It is this year. I did this workshop for the first moon. But it didn't turn out good. And like, oh, sound wasn't good. I think the internet was wonky that day. It was crazy. So I tried to fix it because I have a editor. I tried to fix it, but I did pull out like some clips and stuff. But yeah, it wasn't gonna work. So, and I did it again actually not too long ago, so it actually is. But I'm doing this one live on the new moon because I really want us to get this year. I want this not to be a conversation. I want this not to be a conversation, and I want y'all to go back and teach y'all people. This is teach one. You know what I mean? I'm a facilitator for what I know and what I do. But I want you to be able to teach, look, it's stuff I shouldn't show my kids. Most of the time I already didn't share with them. But I show this to my kids sometimes I'll send them the good. Someplace I even like, yeah, look at this, you know, and yeah. So, and then I'll definitely be doing that on Zoom. I will drop a post so that you can have a link to sign up. I'll put it together for tomorrow. And then maybe tonight's look like not that kind of thing. But yeah, so I'll post and I'll put the link so that you guys can sign up and do on that because I'm trying to get that right. I want everybody to get that right. It's like I talk to my friends and say, come on, all of y'all. I know all y'all love my it's good. It's good. I love to, come on, all y'all. You know, somebody that loves you. To, you know, things that I agree. I do all of us. You know, some of them know. It's a different changes. But that is my hope, though. It really is because I want everybody to be happy. You know what I mean? And I know it doesn't happen for everybody. And it didn't happen. I'm sure it happened first. But I was patient and I waited, on God. Well, I'm laughing because that's something that, um, 'cause I was raised in the church, that's something that I used to hear people say, and it used to grind my nerves, and I never realized why until just now. Why, that it grinded my nerves. It's like, yeah, I'm just waiting on God, and I was like, no, God is waiting on you. They gave you the power." I mean, I know in Deuteronomy 8:18 it says he gave you the power to get wealth. So, that was the Old Testament. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, "No, nah, not you can't mess with me that waiting on God's stuff. No. God is waiting on you." So, what are you gonna do? And you over here playing chess with God. But, anyway, I appreciate y'all. Thank you for joining me, and I hope that that landed, that was so good when I did it for myself. And I thought, it would be great to share with, others. So that's what I did. So appreciate y'all. Have a wonderful rest of your night. Who y'all going for the Super Bowl? Are you going for our Seattle Seahawks or the Patriots? I'm going for the Seahawks. No, that I live in Washington. I do. But I'm of course a Dallas Cowboys fan and always will be. But somebody's got to do it. So I feel like the Seahawks. Let's go with that, right? All right. Good night. I will see you guys another day. Bye.